Hello everybody, thank you for watching this video and joining us today. My name is David, I'm a life coach and I try to help people heal and recover from different kinds of trauma. Today's video, word salad. This is a request by a subscriber that asked me the other day, what is word salad? And so I've made a video about this before, but it's been quite some time ago and I think I have some new information to add this time. So what is word salad, right? Another term used is schizophrenia. This is referring to mental illness, psychosis, very common in schizophrenics. The simple ways is it's just forming words together that aren't grammatically correct, that don't seem to make sense. Someone with schizophrenia may just link words together like chair, vacation, sunglasses, beach, ocean, things like this that you don't really know what they're saying and it doesn't sound right and it leaves you guessing and trying to figure out what they're talking about. So you'll also see this maybe in people, Alzheimer patients. You may also see this with people that have borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and schizophrenia are all linked together. Borderline literally refers to being on the line of neurosis and psychosis. You may see borderlines go into what's called a meltdown or dissociate and do this. It's thought impairment, cognitive slippage, it's also referred to as. You might see this kind of, people will use this as a slang term in politics. Politicians may be accused of using word salad, right? Circular conversation, never really getting to the point. Manipulative, where politicians might even not just try to control your behaviors, maybe even control your thoughts, ideas. But this also can be common, this slang term can be common in personality disorders, in narcissist, and like I said, borderline, schizotypal, histrionic, sociopath, psychopaths. And that's what I'm talking about today. The delusional thinking has a lot to do with this, and it's also called or known as verbal stealth attack. And that's the one I'm talking about. Not so much the just pairing words together in psychosis, but very manipulative and controlling, with no resolution. That's really important to remember when you're having conversations with somebody who's using word salad on you. So it's overgeneralizing, accusations, no specifics, which is really common in histrionic and borderline people. Manipulative, like I said, circular language. First, it's to be very clear for you guys, this is mental and emotional abuse where the victim never wins. It's conflict over communication, and I'll get to that at the end. It's very important to know this and what to do. So you often hear these terms also in politics, right? Gaslighting, stonewalling, projection, deflecting, victim blaming, things like this. And these are very common tactics narcissistic people use, aren't they? No responsibility, no accountability at all. And so it's maybe they've done something and you're trying to talk about it, explain it, hold them accountable, and they will project onto you what they do and accuse you of doing it. Gaslighting, making you doubt yourself. They may be doing it to extract information, like the sociopath, the toxic narcissist, the covert narcissist, trying to get information from you that they can use against you later. But what's really important is how does it feel? How does it feel? And to not engage in this. Okay, because it feels bad, doesn't it? It's stressful. You will never be able to prove your point, and it's not important with somebody who doesn't allow you to prove your point, who doesn't care what your point is or how you feel or what you want and what you need. Okay, I've used this example before, but I'm going to use it again. Someone very narcissistic, and this is extremely common. narcissistic people, controlling, manipulative people, will accuse you or try to shame you of your emotions, right? Our emotions are just our body doing things, and we're not in total control of this, okay? And they're not wrong or right or bad or good. It's just the way they are. We have tens of thousands of emotions, possibly. And we need to express these, especially with the people that we care about and supposedly care about us. But a very common emotion that narcissists will try to shame you in is anger. Anger, being mad. This type of conversation is very, very frustrating, stressful, and can make somebody angry. A lot of behaviors narcissists have in personal relationships will make you very angry. They can. Typically, our parents, victims of narcissistic people, had parents that didn't help communicate. It didn't help you learn how to communicate, navigate relationships, stick up for yourself, express yourself. And we'll often defend ourselves and try to prove our point and talk about how we feel, trying to hold someone accountable, trying to be reassured and have security in the relationship that they won't do this again. This won't happen with a narcissist, especially any narcissistic people that use word salad. So the example I have is a narcissist once telling me, as I'm trying to hold them accountable for something they did to me earlier, right? And as I bring it up and try to tell them, people like narcissists and histrionic and borderline sociopaths often will never let you hold them accountable. They can't take any kind of telling them they did something wrong or bad, something that hurt you. They can't take that. Such a fragile ego that they have lots of shame and don't love themselves, maybe hate themselves. So the last thing they want you to do is hold up a mirror and say, this is you. This is what you did, right? Anything to be taken as wrong or bad. And they'll lash back out. They'll manipulate you, gaslight you, deflect, accuse, right? So once I had a person say, right when I was trying to hold them accountable, they say, why are you angry? You're angry. You're angry all the time. And these overgeneralizations, right? They'll use always, all the time, maybe every time. So they'll overgeneralize, never specific. Overgeneralizations in accusations. So they said, you're so angry all the time. I just don't know why you're so angry. You're so angry. And you naturally may try to defend yourself, you know. Well, I'm not angry all the time. I'm angry when you make me angry. Well, they won't listen to you. I just don't understand. You're just so angry, so mad all the time, as if having an emotion is bad. It's not. It's not. And if you care about somebody, you'll listen. You'll want to know how somebody feels, and you'll definitely listen and talk to them about it. But the narcissist won't have it. Right? This is where they have steered you off of the point you're trying to make, deflecting, gaslighting, getting it onto you to doubt yourself, defend yourself. So you might say, well, yeah, I'm angry. You make me angry. And they'll just go on, I just don't know why. I'm just worried about you. I'm so concerned. You're so angry all the time. It's not healthy. And then you say, I'm not angry all the time. I'm angry at you because of what you did. Oh, I just don't get it. Just so angry. And then you might say, like I did, you might say, I'm not an angry person. And the people that know me know that I'm not an angry person. I may be angry now. I may have been angry around you before, but you make me angry. There's things you do that make me angry. Well, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. You know, you need help. You need help. You're an angry man. And then you say, well, you know, being angry isn't wrong. You know, if I'm angry, I'm angry, unless I exhibit this and have behaviors that might alarm you or scare you. Well, you do, the narcissist might say. You know, with the real generalizing, right? You throw things around all the time. And you might think, well, I don't remember ever throwing something around. And you say, well, please be specific. When have I ever thrown? You just do it all the time. No. Name one time. Name one time I've thrown anything out of anger, hit anything, yelled, screamed. What have I ever done that has scared you? Because if I'm angry, and that's my responsibility to make myself feel better. I'm trying to talk to you to see if that works first, to tell you how you made me angry. Well, you're just angry and you just throw things around all the time. Name one time, please, that I've thrown anything around. Well, the other day. Be more specific, please. I'd like to know. I want to know if I've ever scared you, or if you think I'm a violent person, if I've ever been violent in any way. Violent can be just banging on something, throwing something, right? Yelling, screaming, hitting. Violent. Well, the other day I did what? You remember? I throw things around all the time. Name one time I've thrown something around. The other day you were throwing stuff around. When? What did I do? Well, you zipped up your bag real fast. You just said I was angry all the time and that I might scare you. So that's a pretty far stretch from zipping the bag. They cut you out. Well, I don't know. You're just angry all the time, David. You're just angry, everywhere we go. And you complain and you're angry about this and that. I said, no. I've never complained at all. And when I try to ask for an example from you, you overgeneralize. Now it comes down to I zipped a bag fast. Wow. Other examples might be financial obligation, or maybe the two of you are talking about finances, husband and wife, merely trying to prove a point. We don't have enough money for this, for your spending. And then they might say, well, I make a lot of money. I work real hard and I've gone to school, and how much money do you make? And really trying to twist it around, never getting to the point. And that's my point. Overgeneralizing, totally ignoring how you feel, and never even listen to what you want. Just super defensive, and then turning it around on you and being offensive and accusing you, gaslighting. What is really important in these situations is to realize how it feels, because that's a problem in the relationship. We can have a financial problem, right? We can have, problems with the house, job, things like this. But an emotional problem in a relationship is just that, emotional. My body's doing something, right? And relationships are meant to add comfort to our lives. They're supposed to be beneficial and help us grow and help us live and cope with other stressors in life. But if the relationship is causing the stress, if the person you're with is causing you the stress, something is wrong and it must be fixed. And so the problem may be right here. You're frustrating me. You're ignoring me. You're accusing me of things. You repeat things that hurt me. And it feels bad right here. Out of all the tens of thousands of emotions, you might feel sad and lonely, anxious, worried, scared, afraid, angry. And that is the problem that must be fixed. And that is our responsibility. And we can try to do this with our partner by communicating and being vulnerable and talking and telling them. But the partner must be equally giving the energy and trying to attempt to fix the problem that both of you have in the relationship, and that's how you feel. Very important to know this, because if you can't prove your point and you can't express yourself and you can't tell them how they feel, and they're not listening, they're not understanding, and they're just going in circles, and it's making you more and more frustrated, the relationship can't work. It's not working. It takes an equal reciprocation of energy and work to make a relationship thrive, grow, be functional and loving. So remember that. I have a little model with relationships, a lot of you guys have heard me say, but if you can remember these three things in relationships, when you meet somebody, when you're attached to somebody, committed to somebody, remember these things. That the only way a relationship will work with somebody is if your values match. And some important values for you may be respect, self-respect, honesty, integrity. If somebody doesn't share this with you, if you value this, the relationship in the first place will never work. Okay? Not giving someone respect and not listening to them and accusing them and trying to stress them more, it won't work. Do you see that? Okay? And the only way it'll work in any relationship is if our emotional needs are met. We must feel secure that if somebody hurts you, they'll never do it again, that they'll never leave you, that they won't talk bad about you. They must be emotionally attentive. They must honor your privacy. Things like this, okay? It's the only way relationships will ever grow and be healthy. Otherwise, it's neglectful. Neglect is abuse. And then the third is that we communicate. Both people communicate and be vulnerable. The narcissist won't be vulnerable, right? They deflect. They don't accept no accountability, responsibility. They're not trying. And that's very important to recognize when someone is not trying. Okay, so here we have a problem, and we must express it and communicate with somebody and be vulnerable and tell them exactly how you feel. If they're not listening, if they're not working with you and communicating with you, maybe they're holding silent treatment, right? Word salad, then they're not, you guys aren't working together. Okay? And so, you know, a codependent relationship is one that has problems that aren't fixed and they stay together. And so the point here is that we're not trying to just prove our point. And I think that's very common in these kind of manipulative relationships we may have with other people. We want to prove our point. And then we get on to actions. Who did this? You did that. No, I didn't. You did it. You made me do it. What's important is emotions. All right? And this must feel good in relationships, not bad. That is a problem, and it must be fixed. And both people must try to fix this, or it won't work, and it'll never work. And it'll never be just that one problem, just that one day. This will transpire into the rest of your relationships. You won't have security if they don't understand. You won't have security if they don't apologize. You'll never have security if they can't reassure you they'll never do it again. Okay? So remember, in relationships, this is the problem. This must be fixed. All right? This kind of circular conversation where they're not accepting anything, where they're not trying, they're not listening, they're not working with you, they're accusing you and making you doubt yourself. It's toxic. It's toxic, and it must end. Okay, guys? I hope this helps the person who requested this video and the rest of you, please. And also, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Like or dislike. Comment down below. Share it with others. Let me know what you think. And I really appreciate that, guys. Give me your feedback on some word salad. I'd love for anyone to be able to just go down below and read more and more examples. I could give many more examples, but I really want you guys to understand what it is and the problem and why it's a problem and that it must be fixed. And because we all need healthy, loving, growing relationships in our life, the most important thing to us all. And if we don't know that, we don't know ourselves. Okay? Thank you, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you again later. Bye.